Alright everyone, welcome to the wrap-up video. So, this is the deck list. Thank you everybody so much for watching our two matches. I'm sorry it was so quick, but I've been streaming like crazy. I'm a bit tired. I have a ton else to do. I have to get ready for GP Richmond this weekend. Two things you can do for me before we get into this wrap-up. If you have anyone you'd like for me to interview or talk to at GP Richmond that you think might be there, a pro player, a commentator, someone, let me know in the link, or let me know in the comment section, down below. I'm going to be trying to get to every single person that is mentioned down in there. So for the wrap-up, we started with blue-white. That was the original deck list I started streaming with. So no Obs, no Sorens, no Fatal Pushes, no Anguishes. Now, what it had instead was some more Essence Scatters main, right, and a little more of the kill stuff main, like I think a Fumigate main, and more Curators and Mysteries, and it just went harder on the Drakehaven plan. I added the black because the black really made us better to aggro. Now, what we didn't play today is we didn't play against any aggro. We played against a Temur Tower deck. We played against a straight blue-red control deck. A lot of the blue-red decks I've been seeing have been like the Thermo Alchemist kind of burn versions. Against those decks, you don't do very well either unless you can get off a few Renewed Faiths and kind of cycle that way. Now, the reason the Renewed Faiths are good in this deck, I've gotten a lot of questions about them, is because they do allow you to gain 36 life a game, basically, right? You can cast them all and then get them all back with Gear Hulks, which is just huge. So that's why they're good. Now, let's go over our matchups really quick. As you saw that Temur Tower match, we did win, but we only won because our opponent clocked out and they didn't play it super optimally. Now, what would I say we are against Temur Tower? Maybe like 40%. Against other control decks, we're doing okay if we land a Drakehaven, or we're doing better that we have Planeswalkers in the deck now, in the main deck. So I would say we're maybe 50-50 against other control decks. Now, where this deck really shines is being able to pick off mid-range decks. You can counter their select spells. You have a great sideboard, a very flexible sideboard, and Drakehaven does a lot of work in those matchups, being able to easily like make double blocks or triple blocks or just attack Planeswalkers and stuff like that. So I would say if your meta is a lot of like Jund Planeswalkers or green-black counters or white-green good stuff, or decks like that, this is the kind of deck you want. If your meta is a lot of control, this is going to be okay. It's going to be fun, but I'm not sure how competitive it's going to be. If your meta is a lot of aggro, this deck's going to be fun, but you're probably going to get run over. Now, a few ways to make the aggro matchup better are having things with lifelink like Shambling Vent, having cheap removal spells like Fatal Push and Censor and Essence Scatter, and maybe moving a Fumigate or two to the main deck. If you do those with the Blessed Alliance, with the Fatal Pushes, with the Essence Scatter, you're going to be fine against aggro. Where this deck really suffers is kind of the unfair decks that can throw down something unfair and then a counter or two. Like, once we got behind Fever Visions, it was really all over, or once we got behind Dragon Master Outcast, it was really all over. In the Temur Marvel matchup, once we got behind a Whirler Virtuoso or a Marvel, it was really hard for us to come back. So those types of matchups where our opponent is doing initial unfair thing and then just backing it up with counter spells or whatever, those matchups are hard to win. The matchups where our opponent is constantly putting down creatures or putting down threats and trying to outvalue us, we are able to outvalue them with, you know, Torrential Gear Hulks drawing 2 cards, or Obnixiluses drawing 3, or Cast Outs being able to both cycle and kill something, or Drakehaven allowing things to cycle and make a 2/2. So that is what I would recommend. I've tried this, the blue-white version. I've gotten a lot of recommendations to try the blue-white red version with cards like Sweltering Suns and Harness Lightning, but I have not gotten to try that out yet. So if you get to try out a deck like this, I think this is like a perfect F&M deck, honestly. If you get to try out a deck like this weekend or any other time, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, let me know who you want me to interview at GP Richmond, of course. And I'll see everyone tomorrow for my Thursday video. Thank you so much for watching.